Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, the director of ICE denies the existence of a database used to track U.S. citizens. And after a major Poland energy grid cyber attack, CISA issues a warning to the U.S. It's Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. And now let's dive into the day's top headlines. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's top official rejected claims from lawmakers on Tuesday that the Department of Homeland Security component is building a database for protesters. The alleged detractor database has been referenced in several reports by think tanks, letters to DHS officials from lawmakers, and in interviews with border czar Tom Homan. During Tuesday's House Homeland Security Committee hearing, Representative Correa, Democrat of California, cited a well-circulated clip of an ICE agent in Portland, Maine, telling a person videotaping that she would be added to a, quote, nice little database, unquote. Testifying before the committee, Todd Lyons, who serves as acting director of ICE, said, quote, I can't speak for that individual, but I can assure you that there is no database that's tracking United States citizens, unquote. Despite Lyons' pushback on the database claims, skepticism is persistent as stakeholders point to reports to the contrary. FedScoop reached out to DHS for clarification, and Tricia McLaughlin, the agency's Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, reaffirmed that there is no database of domestic terrorists run by DHS. McLaughlin said in an email, quote, we do, of course, monitor and investigate and refer all threats, assaults, and obstruction of our officers to the appropriate law enforcement. Obstructing and assaulting law enforcement is a felony and a federal crime, unquote.
One of your officers in Maine said to one of the individuals protesting, we're going to put your face in a little database. What does that mean? Do you have a little database of Americans?
No, sir, we don't.
Then what do you think your ICE agent was doing to this individual when he said those statements?
I can't speak for that individual, sir, but I can assure you there is no database that's tracking United States citizens.
Now in other news, a recent attempt at a destructive cyber attack on Poland's power grid has prompted the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency to publish a warning for U.S. critical infrastructure owners and operators. Tuesday's alert follows a January 30th report from Poland's Computer Emergency Response Team, which concluded that the December attack overlapped significantly with infrastructure used by a Russian government-linked hacking group, and that it targeted 30 wind and photovoltaic farms, among others. CISA said its warning was meant to amplify that Polish report. In particular, CISA said the attack highlighted the threats to operational technology and industrial control systems, most commonly used in the energy and manufacturing sectors. And CISA's alert continues a recent agency focus on securing edge devices like routers or firewalls after a binding operational directive last week to federal agencies to strip unsupported products from their systems. The alert reads, quote, the malicious cyber activity highlights the need for critical infrastructure entities with vulnerable edge devices to act now to strengthen their cybersecurity posture against cyber threat activities targeting OT and ICS. CISA urged owners and operators to review the Polish report, as well as any security guidance from other U.S. agencies. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, as always, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.